Before airplanes were invented, how did people travel from America to Europe? What century are we living in now? Which of the following sports is more dangerous, parachuting or jogging? What can we call a country governed by the people? What is the joint name for all the animal life in a particular region or period? What is the hard object in the center of fruits? Does a scapegoat receive or give a crime? Despite all the advances in equality between the sexes, would more men or women play professional football? What is the word in geometry for a shape that has 6 sides? If a figure is hexagonal, how many sides does it have? What do you call an apartment that is below ground level? A basement apartment or a penthouse apartment? A place where dead bodies are kept. Cemetery or mortuary? Language which is confused and unintelligible, jargon or vocabulary? What is the opposite of division? In the animal kingdom, is the purpose of camouflage to attract a mate, to find food, or to hide? When we go hiking in the mountains, what do we use to protect our feet? What do we call the list of steps that tell you how to put something together? If a couple has a boy and a girl, how many children do they have? What can we call a person who studies teeth? What's the legal document protecting someone's intellectual property? What is the quickest way to travel from Hong Kong to Paris? What do we call the meeting where an employer asks a potential employee questions about their work experience? Which of the 5 senses are you using if you detect the odor of gas in a laboratory or in your kitchen? What is the word in geometry for a shape that has 5 sides? There are 2 main ways to pay for goods bought in a shop. One is by cash and the other is by... What is the word used to describe that through which light can partly pass? What device do you wear to identify the objects except the glasses? How do pedestrians travel? What's the opposite of maximize? What can we call an economic system based on state ownership of capital? What can we call 0-degree longitude? What is the process where the color becomes lighter and lighter when exposed to sunlight for a long time? What is vaccine used for? The large island just off the coast of mainland Europe is the home to which country? What do we call the northernmost and southernmost part of the earth? What material is used both on window and light bulb? What is green being helpful for? What do we call the place selling gold and silver? Who is the person in charge of a football match? What do we say if we call brothers and sisters in the same way? Who sits in the cockpit of an airplane? Who is the person that makes bread, cakes, and pastries? How many sides are there in a bilateral agreement? How often does one thing happen if we say it happened annually? What is the word for a period of 100 years? What do we call a notice of death in a newspaper? The science of animal life, biology or zoology? What is the day that someone is born? Where is the solar energy coming from? What can we call a country governed by the rich? What can we call the subject that explore the rational investigation of questions about existence and knowledge and ethics? What can we call a periodic publication containing pictures and stories and articles of interest to those who purchase it or subscribe to it? What identification document does most people need to carry when they travel between countries? What is the name of the fish? What can we call a strip of land projecting into a body of water?